What's up, everybody? It's me, Simply Steve, from Talking About Wrestling, and I'm here by myself because I want to talk about a topic that has been talked about since WrestleMania. I said I was going to talk about it, but I had to wait until I got my new phone, which I have my new phone now, obviously. So, let's get right down to the subject I'm going to talk about. The subject I'm going to talk about is something that nobody expected, except for three people. Well, actually a couple of people. The streak coming to an end. I do realize that it's been over a month since WrestleMania now, but as I told you before, I had to wait for my phone to come for me to make this video. So, how do I feel about 21-1? Well, I feel pretty terrible. I don't think the streak should have ended. I think it should have continued on. I think he should have retired undefeated. That way, it can be talked about as one of the greatest things ever in the history. So, do I think the right guy ended it? Some agree yes, some agree no. I don't know why. I'm part of the group that says I'm not sure, because a lot of people say, yeah, now that Brock Lesnar ended the streak, he can be put over. He can be put to good use, and he can be put into the title picture now. Well, others are like, "What? Brock Lesnar? He's a part-time wrestler. Why did he deserve to end the streak?" But what you have to think about is the Undertaker is a part-time wrestler now. The Rock is a part-time wrestler now.
Why you hit me?
And apparently Goldberg is gonna come back. And he's only going to be a part-time wrestler. Sting's coming and he'll be a part-time wrestler. So, you have to think about the fact that if you're going to put someone over to end the streak, I would have went with Undertaker's original pick, which was Daniel Bryan. I'm not sure if he picked to lose to him, but I know he did pick to face him. Which, to be honest, I think it would have been interesting to see. People cheering for, who would you cheer for? Would you cheer for Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement? Or would you cheer for the streak to still be alive? Would you rather Daniel Bryan end the streak? Or, as The Undertaker has said, die trying? I think Taker, if he had faced Bryan, here's my opinion. If Daniel Bryan had hit the knee on The Undertaker, I think Taker would have been the first one to kick out. He'd have been like, "Oh my God, Taker kicked out!" And we're like, "Oh my God!" But everyone who's hit every person that Daniel Bryan hit the knee with has not kicked out, and Taker is the first one. But unfortunately, Daniel Bryan was put into the feud with Triple H and the WWE picture, which is one of the reasons why CM Punk left, because he wanted to be in the main event. He wanted to be in the title picture, and I believe he really could have won. Probably would have won the Royal Rumble if it weren't for Batista coming back. But you can't change the past. But I can tell you about what happened. Taker, Vince, Brock, Paul Heyman, Triple H, and Stephanie. Those are the people who know. At first, it was obvious. Taker, you win. You beat Lesnar. Everyone was expecting Taker to kick out. To win. But then at the very last minute, Vince goes, "Taker, you know what? I want you to lose this match." And I'm like, when I read that, I was like, what? How could Vince McMahon tell the man who's made one of the rest, who's basically one of the empires, one of the guys who helped build up WrestleMania, say, "Let's put your streak to an end"? How could he say that? It's because of Undertaker. WrestleMania is one of the best sports. It's one of the most successful things on this planet. It's up there with the Super Bowl, with the World Series, with the World Cup or whatever. All those big other sports events, WrestleMania is up there with it. Because of The Undertaker. Because of the streak. And now that the streak's gone, I don't know how WrestleMania will survive. The one thing that was common when the streak was alive was when after the Royal Rumble was over, people was like, "Okay, we got one more pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Who's Taker gonna face? Who's he gonna face?" Matter of fact, as soon as January comes along, people start talking about who's Taker going to face, Who's gonna try to end the streak this year? We got 3 to 4 months to figure this out. Who's facing Taker? Who's he gonna be? Now they ain't got nothing to talk about, but remember Taker lost last year? This is gonna be the first WrestleMania that Taker's not gonna be there unless he's wrestling Sting, which I don't think he will. I mean, he's old. He had a concussion just wrestling Brock Lesnar. He goes to the hospital every single time he gets out of a match, except maybe last year and the year before that when he faced CM Punk, and the year before that when he faced Triple H. Those were the only 2 times where he didn't have to go to the hospital after fighting. But as I said with my dad on Talking About Wrestling, Taker is old, and I've read a lot of WWE Hall of Famers say, like Stone Cold, he said, Taker's a good wrestler. He's one of the reasons why the wrestling business, WWE, is successful. But Taker, it's time to hang up the boots, man. Streak's over, man. You're getting old, man. Enough's enough. And I agree with him. It's like, I don't want Taker to get even more hurt than he gets. And if wrestling one match gets him hurt that bad, then he just shouldn't wrestle anymore. He's had a good career. I still think he should have retired undefeated. But if you think of some of the big names at WrestleMania who lost, they were basically passing the torch over. I didn't think Taker was going to pass the torch over to Brock Lesnar, but I guess he did. Because after Brock pinned him, he whispered in his ear, "Thank you." First of all, who wouldn't feel honored to have ended the streak? They'd be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did this." It's like winning your first WWE championship. You're just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did this. I finally did it." But back to what I was saying before. If you think about those who have retired at WrestleMania, those who have lost, guys like Shawn Michaels, guys like Ric Flair, guys like JBL. These guys.
Make the brownies.
I will. These guys.
No one cares about the Undertaker lost at WrestleMania. Okay, stop doing no videos.
These guys are. That was my idiot brother, guys. You see it in some of my other videos. Those guys are some of the biggest names in wrestling history. And when they lost, you kind of felt like, oh, Dad, we just lost one of wrestling's best. Here's how I see it. There's only one man that I know so far whose last match was at WrestleMania and he won. And that was the 11-time world champion, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Another great guy, another great wrestler, had to retire because of an injury. But he won at WrestleMania after losing every year since he lost to Taker. But I think Shawn Michaels' nickname is Mr. WrestleMania. Now, you can't give the same guy the same nickname. You can't call Undertaker Mr. WrestleMania because the Undertaker is WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels may be Mr. WrestleMania. He'd be one of the best performers at the grandest stage in the mall, but the Undertaker, without a doubt, is WrestleMania. Without the Undertaker, I don't think that WrestleMania would have been as much a success as it has been. I mean, yeah, it would have been good for guys like Hulk Hogan and The Rock and Shawn Michaels and Triple H and John Cena. Yeah, it would have been good, but The Undertaker took it up to that next level of what it needed to be for WrestleMania to really be successful. And to be quite honest, I really do disagree with his decision to let Vince say, "All right, your streak's over." He's just like, okay. I mean, I guess in a way he didn't really care, or maybe he did care. He was like, "All right, whatever." But if it was me, I'd have been like, "Vince, come on, man. This is the streak we talking about. I'm not holding a championship. This is the streak." Matter of fact, the streak has become part of WrestleMania. It's up there with the main event, which is normally the WWE Championship match. Now the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But it's up there with it. If not, it's just as greater value. It's just as great value, if not more. But the streak's over. Can't change the past. It's been over a month. But Taker, I don't know if you watch YouTube videos or not. But if you just happen to see this video, I just want you to know, man, thank you for all the great work that you've done here in the WWE for us. All of us here in the WWE Universe appreciate it. We will greatly miss the streak. And I just want to say, again, I just want to say thank you. And I don't know what my next video will be, but I will see you guys again on Tuesday with my dad when we talking about wrestling. So again, this is Simply Steve, and I'm out. Peace.